Welcome to Your Known Unknown, where Source and I will help to shed light on what's unknown to you. Another day. Here we are. Here we are. And there you are. And I hope this message finds you well. I guess that's the point. If it pops into your feed, into your awareness, and you click on it, and you're watching it, well, there might be a message there for you. So without further ado, let's get to it, let's into it, and let's pull some cards for you today. Thank you. It just popped up before I even shuffled. 10 of Cups. I'm feeling this energy today. I'm definitely feeling this just radiating positivity of self-accomplishment, self-achievement, self-progress. And the important thing to keep in mind about the 10s in the tarot is they are that ever-progressing limit, that ever-expanding goalpost that you're constantly setting forward and ahead for yourself to achieve, right? Maybe you're just learning to not let them be so defeating, so defeating, pretty much. It's a goalpost. It's not a limitation. I think you can understand the difference of that. But also, it's a goalpost. It's a mile marker. It's not a destination. It's not a final destination. And it's been a long time since I've seen a 10 pop up as freely as it did, to where I'm feeling like you might be actually achieving and getting to the goalpost and resetting for what the next obstacle is going to be, what the next dream is, what the next project is. Thank you. You're being very open about it, which is good. You're being open to it in particular. You're being accepting that this is a soul alignment achievement. This is the fuel to your fire. This is the foundation to your empire. And you're taking all of it by the horns. You're enjoying all of it. You finally have moved over this hurdle of fear, and there's just full-on confidence coming through that, oh, this is a doable thing, whatever this thing is. That's the important thing here too. I guess I didn't clarify that here really in the beginning. This is a thing for you. This is an emotionally fulfilling thing for you, and whatever it is, whether it's a person, a relationship, a project, a travel, whatever you're doing, just the energy of your emotional being is well right now, right? You are in this energy of well-being. So, and with confidence, and without fickleness, without unfettered. You're being unfettered with it. King of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. I have the 10 of Cups. I have the Ace of Cups. Oh, God damn. I swear, if you could just sit in my shoes for a little bit and feel these cards and hear what they're saying in my head, oh boy, it sure would make for quite a funny table conversation. Sorry for the paper cup if that offends anybody. Sorry for the microplastics if that bothers me. There is what I was just saying with that furthering the goalpost. 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups. Cycle, restarts. New goalpost. And you go from the Seven of Swords, jump to the King of Pentacles within kind of the emotional context of these energies, the Ace and the 10 and the Ace. 111. Some of you might be seeing that number a lot, lots of ones. You know what I keep seeing all over the place is numbers separated by one number, one integer, and it's usually a 7. But I'm seeing like 1171, or I'm seeing like 5755, or I'm seeing like 53455, or something like that. But pretty consistently, I'm seeing a lot of the same synchronicity patterns with these splits in between. And I'm starting to feel like now I got to pay attention to not just the synchronistic numbers popping up, because they pop up all of the time so much that there's no way there's a message coming through every 10 seconds of every day, you know? Eventually I just feel like I'm resonating and vibrating in this frequency, and they're just there, so we accept them. But now I'm starting to feel like maybe there's hidden messages within that unknown of those numbers that I'm seeing. So I'm starting to do the math inside of those numbers as well. And I'm starting to correlate all of the numbers added up as well. So now not only do I have the synchronistic numbers, the angel numbers, I do have the in-between unknown digits that I've added together or had to subtract or play around, intuit basically, and figure out what they're saying to me. And then I've added them all together to get that final digit. And I'm sitting with 3 numbers each time that I'm looking at these angel numbers to see what kind of things they're saying. And it's even crazier because there's things being said within all of that. There's things being relayed, guided, nudged, navigated, whatever. And sometimes there's absolute nonsense, and it doesn't matter. They're just letting you know they're with you and they love you. And that's the most important part. You're with you. You love you. You took care of something that was difficult, that you wanted to keep shady about, that you were like, I'm not feeling the best about it, and you grabbed it by the horns. You did a damn good job. Whatever it is, the choice you made, the decision you made allowed you to come out on top somehow, some way, complete this gigantic cycle of life, and start a new journey. Happy July. Is this what we're doing for the month of July? Is this what you're doing? Because it's really positive, and it's really progressive and productive, and it is aligning with self. It is aligned with self, whatever you're doing. It is, for lack of a better term, absolutely perfect. The jumps and the growth within this left and right side path are so human. Like, I think it's a beautiful portrayal of what a modern being looks like, a modern human being functions like the story of human being. You know, when you think of human beings, you think of like, oh, okay, survival modes, primates, living, you know, fending nature, learning how to use tools throughout time, growing, learning how to have shelter and cook food and fire over time, harnessing electricity, harnessing connection, communication, emotional intelligence throughout time and history as we evolve, right? Here we are in this modern day being, and in a generation where it's very tough to feel free. You are creating your own freedom with every decision that you make now. And that's a beautiful, beautiful story. You looked, you persevered, you overcame, you met the challenge head on, you accepted it, you attempted it, and you came out on top with something. For me, it's a product. It's a test trial. I did my first project test trial of a product this weekend. Homemade. I love it. There'll be additions to my channel throughout the future. We're all at starting step one, but we're moving that goalpost to the future. For you, you might have gotten a job acceptance, or you might have finally completed an interview or application that is very important to you, and you finally sent it out. Some of you might have been very insecure about spending money on investing in something that you know is meant to fail, like a car. Like, who really likes putting money into their car? It sucks. You buy a car to get in debt, but you also buy it for some freedom. You buy it for utilization. You buy it for transport, blah, blah, blah. You looked at these reasons, these things. Your ego, your mind said, hey, we're comfortable today. We don't have to do any of this stuff today. And you said, no, let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's have a change. And you had a change. That change was going in the ranks from up to your goalpost. Dude, not only did you enjoy the final touchdown, but you're like, hey, let's make that the new goal too. I still got some energy in my legs. I'm down to run some more. And you're running. But you're running without running. You're learning how to do this as a modern free being, as the true observer, critical thinker, alchemist, magician that you are. You go from a 7 of Swords jumping to a King of Pentacles in your energy from these decisions that you made. What popped out of my other moon deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune hitting right over the King of Pentacles when it landed too. That's kind of clarifying that you are fully setting yourself up for yourself to thrive, to flourish. You did it correctly for you. You're doing it correctly for you. Whatever it is, it's yours. And it is meant to be yours. And you can sit within your passivity and enjoy the fruits of your labors that will start to flow through from this. You're creating your own fortune from this. You're moving the wheel finally. Doing something. You're doing something. You're not just thinking. You're not just Swords energy. This is great. 2 of Wands. You hit a milestone, and you are fully, like, just everything is validating that now the new goal is way up there, 100 yards away, and you have as long as it takes you to achieve it. So, if you want to use the lessons you've learned and jump into it head on, knowing that you can take on anything that comes your way, then go for it. If that's the way that you make shit happen. I'm not saying if it makes you feel good. I'm saying what makes you make shit happen. For me, it's not thinking, it's doing, it's just being like, let's just fucking do it. Throw me to the wolves, spirit. Let's figure it out. It's awesome. You're pondering both back and forth in the past and the future. You're like, I was so scared. I was doing these things. I did everything else except the one thing I wanted to do. And when I ended up doing the thing, it was one of the most freeing feelings that came from you, for you, by you, in a long time. And you go, wow, that was so easy. Okay, I see what we're working with. Okay, now I can plant my feet down in the soil, get my footing, and start to move up this hill again, A well-deserved, delicious vice A sweet treat in the morning. Man, you can't beat them, you know. We have the Two of Wands, looking on to bright futures, further futures. I don't want to say brighter futures, because right here, right now, this present is awesome. You're here. Even if it sucked, you'd be here, and that would be awesome. Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands. You're getting it. The routine, the downloads, the disciplines, the habits forming, the development work, the pattern changing, the discipline, all the shit that you've been doing, starting to pay off. You're starting to understand the extreme of the other side. You know, you've been in this one way of thinking for so long, and you're like, I hate this. I hate who I was. It was so in the dark, so driven by unconsciousness that the extreme of the other side was full intention, fully disciplined, monk mode, you know, not like dopamine detoxing, body parasite cleansing, working out 5 a.m. When somebody says something you don't like, you're shutting up, you know? You're not speaking your mind because you need to feel validated on something or somebody else to feel right. No, you're trusting that the universe will unravel in the perfect way. You're balancing. Now, your goalpost now is harmony. The goalpost now is, how do we make this make itself now? How do we make this reality make itself? Like in the aspect, how does my money make me more money? How can I do that? How can I invest my money to make more money? Well, how can I invest in self to allow self to kind of automate perfection, right? I don't really have to think if I put myself autonomically in these positions of habitualized success. It's a mindset, and it is a daily habit. Success. So why can't it be ours? Who said it can't be? No one. You did. You're the only one that said it can't be. Well, it stemming and being compartmentalized from varieties of ways that we were programmed from people putting these words into our minds and our awareness, and then we kind of put it into a context and correlate it to our success. They go, oh, you'll never be a rock star. Oh, you need to get good grades to be an astronaut. Oh, you need to not smoke to be an astronaut. You know, stuff like that. I didn't really want to be an astronaut. When I was growing up, I wanted to race spaceships around Earth. I thought that being a race car driver in space would be the coolest thing in the world. In fact, I still dream about that sometimes. I love it. It'd be sick. Riding a little around. Imagine how boring that NASCAR around Earth would be. It'd take forever. Going left forever. Six of Pentacles being clarified by the Nine of Wands for our final message here. You are tired of not giving to yourself. It's like you've been this people pleaser as a habit, as a life, as a pattern. At some point you broke free of that, or are breaking free of this mindset of give, give, give. And what's going to happen is you're not going to know how to give to yourself. You will get lost for some period of time, and then start to give to yourself. You'll start to give to yourself. For me, it was like, I don't know what to do with all this compassion I have and this love that I have. I'm doing nothing in life, and it made me depressed. It wasn't being able to be expressed out. And through time and experiences, you know, it would be like, oh, I'd hit this direction where, oh, I'm in this mindset of I can give to other people, and it felt really good, but I realized it exhausted me. And so then I'd come back to where I was at, where I was attempting to reach that goalpost, and I'd be like, I don't know where to give this compassion again. And maybe then I'd kind of be redirected towards a little bit of self, and I'd be like, ooh, let's get into baking. Oh, okay, let's get into waking up early and doing Kundalini yoga or breath work. Let's give to self. And then it's a discipline, right? Meet that direction, and then you get deflected past that, and you get a little lost again, and come back and meet it up again, and you get lost, and then you meet up to people pleasing again, and you get lost, and eventually this pathway that's going like this between people pleasing and self-investment, the opposites of contexts, right? Eventually you really start to understand like that extreme is that extreme, that extreme is that extreme. Instead of flying freely, knocking through asteroids in space, just being directed unconsciously, you're like, wait a second, I can't be one or the other permanently. It doesn't work this way. We're constantly flowing in motion and ebbing and flowing with a pendulum, right? So much haha, soon enough boo-hoo. So that's the balance. That's the tightrope walk. That is the pendulum swing. You're realizing it doesn't have to be so extreme. I've set myself up over time to where the extremes are really not that extreme anymore, because they're all very much fine-tuned towards what works best for me here in my patterns now. And I feel like you're doing the same thing. You're starting to really calibrate that there is balance. Like you like when you get thrown into a new situation, you're like, how can I throw this into my daily regime quickly? How can we implement this? Let's try this. And then let's try this for a set amount of time that works with me and my biochemistry. For me, I like to go on a good 2-week rhythm of testing things out, trying things out, seeing if I should turn them into a habit. 22 on the clock. That's the thing. I'm realizing that, hey, you know, I can always smoke later in life. I don't have to smoke right now, so let's not smoke right now. And every time I want to smoke, I tell myself, later. We don't have to now. And it's way easier than being like, no, you don't smoke anymore. That's a good trick. The 2-week pattern thing that I like to do, I find some new thing that is affordable and doable, and I can implement in my daily habits, like a cleansing or like a new herbal regime or a new workout regime or something, a new daily. So we do it for 2 weeks to see if our body likes it first. If our body likes it, well, if my body loves it, we're going to turn that into a habit now. And we're going to do this every day. But we're realizing that there's cycles within all of this too, and not everything gets applied the same. We're just learning a lot, and you're learning a lot. You are really getting in touch with what's important to you, with what you value, with what you love, and more importantly, with what loves you back correctly. And it doesn't have to be people. It is usually things, activities, hobbies, how you experience your time here. And it's loving you back because you're comfortable, you've grown up, you've changed. You know, you've changed into, you've grown, you've become more of a beautiful flower. You're starting to really bloom and show your colors in life, and life loves that. Life loves you so much. Very positive message. Happy July 1st. Tarot itself is timeless, which is nice. So when this message finds you, it's meant to find you. But here we are today doing it, recording it. I'm going to go into work and go have a good day. And I wish the best for you as well. The most perfectly in line with yourself's day that you can fathom. I hope you experience that. I'm going to take a deep breath and disconnect from the channel real quick. You can join me if you would like. If you'd like to share some air, there's plenty of it. If this video resonates, or if you enjoy the message, or if you want to see further content, engage with the video, help it reach whoever might need to hear this message. It would greatly be appreciated and helpful. And besides that, I thank you and I love you. And until next time.